What's up guys, this is Sergi and here is
Drum Fans channel.
I always felt connection to the music, but there was no free time or money or other excuses for me not to start learning drums. But by the age of 30 I decided,
Screw it, I know that I can do it.
So on this channel I will learn watching different YouTube lessons, both Russian and English speaking videos. I will
Show you how.
show and tell, review what I can find with the search requests like drum lessons for beginners, etc. And I will share my experience with you, of course. Today will be like introduction video where I will show you on what gear I will drum, what is electronic drum set in general, what are the best models on the market. It will be the first look, the first video in section
Know your drums.
Later I will show you all the features of this electronic drum set. But first, some background. Let's go! I always wanted to play drums since my childhood. When I was listening to the music, I always single out drum part and dream that someday I will
Rock like those mortals.
Yet the thought that I will drag a full drum set to my parents' small apartment caused only skeptical sad face. I thought that probably all drummers live in private houses with huge basements or garages. All that changed when I saw electronic drum kit and realized that there is a chance for my dream after all. So my dream was waiting for me to build a manager's career. I work hard and get a nice salary, so I could easily afford a drum kit. Before that there was like a zero stage. I started by buying all single acoustic snare drum at, let's say, local eBay, in order to feel how it is to drum on a musical instrument. And like after drumming for 1 week, I knew that I am
Destined to become one hell of a drummer.
So without any hesitation, I went to the local Yamaha store and bought me DTX452 model. Yeah, my wife also voted for me to drum in headphones on electronic drum kit. So you want to become a great drummer? Well, that means you will need to have some kind of a drum set. And my strong recommendation is to start from the very beginning with the good drums. So be ready to spend from 500 to 700 bucks. From 500 to 700 bucks. 700 bucks? Hell no, I'm going back to beatboxing.
Hey!
Wait! I said that it is the best way, but definitely not the only one. Basically, you can start your drumming path only having sticks. Like for first 6 months, you can train your hands by drumming on whatever you can reach to. Go on!
Hit everything you'll see.
I think that it is very important for a drummer to build like a muscle memory, so your body will used to the drumming movements. There are special rubber pads for drum training. They are good because you can feel how your stick bounces, feel drumming dynamics. I think you could buy it within less than 100 bucks, and also there are models with built-in metronomes. If you are a construction worker, then all this shit can be even easier. Just turn on your creativity, like this dude. Damn, I could listen to these guys for hours. So you think that was thrash metal? So,
Big shout out.
to Pedro and Dario, I will leave links to the channels below. So you see, drummer will always find a way. When it's in your soul, you will express it without any expensive gear. So don't be shy or embarrassed to practice on whatever you can reach to. But let's get back to our electronic drum sets. It is 100% the best solution for those who want to drum in the apartment and cannot be too loud. Shh. It is very easy to assemble and deassemble the set. It has lightweight and even your kid could carry it. You can turn it on and start to drum immediately. No need to tune it or calibrate it or any other stuff. Just keep it clean from dust if you are married like I am, and you always need to
Clean all the fucking dust away.
All sets can be connected to the computer or smartphone. So you can adjust the sound of your drums to your preferences, visualize your training programs, record and download your drumming. So it's like
You are the master of your drums and you can control it.
you can roll it on your computer. You can synchronize the song from your smartphone with the sound of your drumming in one audio line. We will check it later. And do not forget that these days the sound of the electronic drums is definitely not worse than the acoustic drums. Sure, some old school guys will tell you that this rubber frying pan cannot match true sheet drums, where you can feel the vibration with your skin, etc. But I think
They all can go to hell.
the beginner will not tell that much of a difference. And again, the technology really stepped forward in this shit. So guys, don't let anybody confuse you. This is the real drums. So what we have on the market? I will not review the sets with the cost less than $400 because I found too much negative reviews on them. So if you want to buy them, be ready to have some issues. There are three main companies.
3 giant whales holding the earth.
Or is it elephants? Three main players: Roland, AlESIS and Yamaha. The main logic of all electronic drums is practically the same. Okay, so what do we have here? We have like a 4 drum pads, snare drum, first, second toms and a floor tom. And here we have like a hi-hat, crash and ride cymbals. And for your legs you have like a bass drum pedal and like a kick pedal. So, if you are like a fresh beginner who's buying your very first drum set, there is like a very important info for you. So listen closely.
Very closely.
Okay, so first of all, it is a bass drum kick. In the lowest price segment you will receive pedal controller. It is a pedal with a spring inside. When you push it, you will receive the same sound over and over again with the same volume, and the spring will wear out really quick, so your pedal will be like really weak. Also, if you work on your pedal with your heels up,
Which you should because it's the right way.
it is really uncomfortable because you do not feel the counterweight of the hitting hammer like in real pedal. And it's also very hard to perform double kicks. Okay, so don't be cheap and make sure that when you are picking your electronic drums, there will be bass drum tower inside. Because first of all, it has like variation of the sound, so it's distinguishing the power of your kit and gives you different sounds. Second, it's the mechanics of the pedal. You see, it's like a real pedal here, so it's much better than just like a spring inside. It have like counterweights and everything, and you just like feel bass kick here. Believe me, I tried both. Before this model I had Yamaha 402, which with the controller, and like after 2 months I bought Yamaha 452 with this bass tower, and the difference is like, wow, it's just very different. Remember, only bass drum tower.
In the low and the middle segment, you will receive simple one-zone snare, which can have like only one main sound. But if you have like additional $100, then my strong recommendation is to buy the model with 3-zone snare. So along with the main sound, it also have like a hit with the rim. So you need to hit the rim in the low part of the snare. And the third zone is pure rim shot. It's when you hit this part of the snare. You hear like a rim click.
Well, yeah, I understand that if you are a fresh beginner
and you don't have any fucking clue what is this freaking rim shot means,
then yeah, you will buy the simplest model configuration. But believe me, in some time, when your techniques will expand, you will want to have the richest variations of sounds which you can get. And you can get it only with the high model configuration. So make sure to buy models with a bass drum tower and with a 3-zone snare. In this case, you will not gonna regret anything.
But let's get back to the brands.
Okay, so I will tell you about Yamaha from my personal experience in the end. As for AlESIS and Roland, my opinion will be more theoretical. It will be based on those facts which I read from the comments and feedbacks
of those peeps who played on those kits.
But if you guys have some real experience playing on Roland and AlESIS, you are more than welcome to share it in the comments. AlESIS, US company who works in musical electronics since 1980. They introduced their first electronic drum set in 1995. So the company has much experience in this shit. As for the drums which are interesting for us, it is AlESIS NITRO mesh kit. In US I saw the price from $385 to $400. And I wanted to say,
bloody hell, you are one lucky bastards.
In my country, the price is solid $500. Okay, so the first thing you see in Nitro model
is a huge rack.
Damn! Who doesn't like a huge rack? If you know what I mean. Oh. I'm talking about aluminium rack, of course. It is bigger than Yamaha and you can like spread your pads how you want it. So from this point, Nitro is definitely the more comfortable model. This drum set has 60 play-along tracks.
Hot damn! 60! 60!
That is just a lot.
For those of you who do not know what the
hell
I'm talking about, every electronic drum set have built-in tracks, the songs which are programmed in the brain of your kit. You will use them when you will launch a learning programs of your drum set. Every song is dedicated to the specific musical styles, like rock, or jazz or metal or hip-hop. And the musical styles are like a specific sound configurations for the whole drum set. By the way, AlESIS has 40 built-in musical styles.
40.
It's like how you can even remember the differences between like 4th and 34th musical styles. And I heard them on YouTube and can say that the difference is not so big. So my opinion is to make things easier, like in Yamaha, who has only like 10 built-in musical styles. The set has drum bass tower, which is quite impressive for this low price. But please note that the cymbals have only one zone. That means only one type of the sound. So there will be no like
Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Yamaha and Roland on the other hand have like two zone cymbals. That means two type of the sound when you hit right cymbal.
And the main difference from other kits is the pad material. The pads have Kevlar cover.
It is the same material like in bulletproof vest. Who will want to shoot the drums? Kevlar cover will give you a possibility to customize the tension of your drums. Nitro mesh kit in this point is really close to the acoustic drums, when you can adjust the stretching power of your drums. It will not influence the sound of your kit, but the bounce and the dynamics of your hits will be more like in the acoustic drums. Well, yeah, it is nice to have a possibility to change the tension of your drums, to have a different dynamics of your hits. But for my opinion, it's not so important for a beginner. And I read many comments saying that the rim of Nitro Mesh kit is quite high, so it is easy to accidentally hit it. So I think it's not very comfortable to play on this model. And I think I will not going to recommend this model for young beginners. And please note that Nitro Mesh kit can be connected only to the personal computer.
No phone application.
So, what kind of conclusions can we make about AlESIS Nitro Mesh kit? First, it is a very good price for a drum set with a bass drum tower. Second, it has like some unique features which can be interesting for the people who want to have like a feeling of the acoustic drums. But I think that in some points it's unnecessarily complicated. So again, I will not going to recommend it to the young beginners. Going up next, it's Roland, made in Japan. Since 1972 this company works in musical electronics. They are pioneers in developing of many potent electronic parts for the musical instrument. So I think they definitely know some shit. Their first electronic drum set was introduced in 1985. And as you see, that drum set had really unusual design. Damn, I wasn't even born yet. Okay, so if your budget like $450 or $500, Roland can offer you TD1K model. And again we see that Roland guys just loves unusual design. I think they were inspired by samurai swords. So, the first thing which comes to the eye is that TD1K is the most compact electronic drum set on the market. So, from this point, this electronic drum set is the best choice
For little hero demons.
I mean young drum beginners. Although the cost of this model is almost $500, it doesn't have bass drum tower. So, logically you can say
What?
then it's definitely worse than AlESIS Nitro stuff. And yeah, of course, drum bass controller cannot match drum bass tower. But I heard and read from many skilled drummers that TD1K has very good sound quality, better than a Nitro Mesh kit. The brain model has like 15 built-in styles, not 40, and 15 built-in songs. You can connect your TD1K to a PC and launch some learning programs. They are very simple and very fun to use. So again, this drum set is a really good choice for the kids.
So what conclusions can we make?
ROLAND TD1K is definitely not the cheapest model. It has good sound quality, but it doesn't have bass drum tower. It is compact, comfortable model, simple and easy to use, with a fun learning program. But for some people the sounds will be too simple and the design will be too different from the acoustic drums. So again, I will recommend this model to the young beginners.
And we finally came to Yamaha, Japanese company established in 1887. In that year they introduced their first reed organ.
Damn!
It's like 130 years ago. It is like if Elvis could play organ, it could be Yamaha organ. So since that time they were closely involved in many musical stuff, like organs, pianos, electric and acoustic guitars, and
Chords!
horns like a trumpet, tuba. In 1967 they introduced their first acoustic drum set, and in 20 years they introduced their first electronic drum set. So it's like these guys making drum sets like for more than 50 years. So I think they really know some cool stuff. The first DTX, like a great grandfather of my DTX, was introduced in 1996, and like you see, since then they were upgrading it. I don't know if you noticed the name, but Yamaha guys were very clever. You see how they played with letter X, like Extreme, Express, Explore. Like it's very clever. Marketing budget doesn't go for nothing here. Okay, but let's get back to the models which can be interesting for us. So Yamaha giving us like 3 different modifications with 3 different prices. It's like the same model, but it has some differences. 402K model, it's the entry model with a solid price like $500. It has 1-zone snare and it has bass drum trigger. Next modification is 432K. It still has like a 1-zone snare, but this model is already with bass drum tower. So it's like $600 I think. And less modification like my model here, 452K, which has like a 3-zone snare and a bass drum tower. It is up to you to choose which model you will want, but I strongly recommend you to buy 452 model. Believe me, I tried first 402 model and after some time I really regret it, so don't repeat my mistakes. Okay, so I will make detailed review of all functions of this drum set in upcoming videos. For now I will talk in general. So I think that Yamaha is the best drum set which combines like all the good stuff from other brands. And it's not just only my opinion, but also an opinion of other skilled drummers, which I looked up on the YouTube and found that they tested like several models and said that this drum set is the best what you can get for $500 or $700. Okay, so here we have our classic setup with some nice addition. Snare drum has 3 zones with like standard hit with a rim and pure rim click. My favorite bass drum tower with like a nice real pedal here. Your classic 3 toms, right cymbal which has like 2 zones, like a standard sound and like bell if you hit here, and like a crash cymbal which can be muted right here, so it's like also 2 zones, and our hi-hat with some nice metal pedal. This pedal is much better than the 402 model pedal trigger. The brand model here has 10 building styles and like 10 songs, but they are really variable.
The songs, they like catch the spirit of the style, if you know what I mean. Control panel here is like really simple and really comfortable to use. So it's like rock, pop, jazz, hip-hop, metal. In metal style, both of your pedal are bass drum, so you can do like real twin pedal shots and play real
Death metal.
Check it out. Is it cool or what? Damn! I cannot wait to learn all of those songs. Subscribe to this channel if you also want to learn those songs, and we will do it together using amazing and simple Yamaha application. Yes, you heard correctly. Finally, someone has smartphone application for the drums. So let's check them out.
Okay, so the first application is like a control program with all functions and features which you can like do on your drum set. For example, here you can adjust the settings of your drums. We will test this feature later in upcoming videos of Know Your Drums. Okay, so in the training part of this program, we can see all the training program which Yamaha can offer. For example, in this part here, we can like mute some part of the sound to analyze the sound of each drum in particular.
You see, like we're hearing only hi-hat.
Yeah, so in this way we can analyze the songs, each part of the song, so it can be it will be easy to play it. Okay, so if you go to the challenge, here you see our 10 songs, and like each song is like breakdown to 8 lessons. In each lesson we can learn like one simple part of the song. So in the last like challenge we will play all of them together, and the program actually will give us a score if we will like, you know, if our timing will be good, if we will do the song correctly. So the program will give us like a star, so it's like a challenge completed, and by the end of all of this you will receive on your email like a Yamaha certificate which you can put to the frame, so it's like a real trophy here.
Okay, so surely you will want to record the video of your drumming with a good sound quality. So usually to do that you need to like connect your electronic drum set to the personal computer or to the external sound card, install like a professional difficult programs to record your drum track, and after that you will need to combine your drum track with the video, and only after that you can, you know, like upload it to the YouTube. And for a beginner it is like a really hard stuff, but in Yamaha all that shit is way more simpler. All you need is Rec and Share app to record your video along with your drumming in a good sound quality, so you can make your very first drum cover.
made like a small cover to demonstrate how it is done in Yamaha. You can check it by pressing the link.
So as you saw, it was fun, easy with a good sound quality. Now, which other drum set can do it? Okay, so what kind of general conclusions can we make so far? So, if you have like a limited budget and you do not want to wait until you have more money and you want to have an electronic drum set that is close by the feeling to the acoustic drum set, buy AlESIS NITRO Mesh Kit. If you like looking for the drum set for your son or daughter and you do not have much free space at your place, then buy ROLAND TD1K. But if you like have $700 and you want to have electronic drum set which have like all the good stuff in it, then don't hesitate, buy YAMAHA DTX452. I think it's like a best model. It is fun and simple for a fresh beginner, and it also has like many features for a skilled drummer. For example, you can add additional cymbal to this baby, and I'm sure that I will like explore the potential and the possibility of this drum set for like several years.
Kill big goat.
I mean, feel free to vote in the comment section which drum set you think is the best. Also, if you know some like other decent drum set, please list them in the comments. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Let's learn together. Peace, I'm out.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?